In a shocking incident that unfolded in Avon, Ohio, an Emirati man visiting the United States found himself wrongfully accused. The incident sparked international outrage. The unfortunate occurrence happened 3 days prior to the apology, when police officers handcuffed and detained Ahmed Al-Manali after a 911 call claimed that he was pledging allegiance to ISIS. The call was made by the sister of a hotel clerk who overheard Al-Manali's phone conversation, after which the police stormed the place and are ready for any possible assault from the accused innocent man.
There he is. There he is. Right there.
On the ground, no!
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground! Down! On the ground! Do it now!
Get on your car.
Down! Do it now!
On!
Roll out! Lay down! Roll out! Hey! On me!
Got you. I'm on you.
Get in front of me. Get in front of me. This yellow. Come behind you. Austin,
Head straight out in front of you, don't
behind
move!
you. Austin, go in. Grab his hands, cuff him up. We're
You
cover.
understand?
Get
You
the
don't
phone away. Get the phone away. Cover the entrance LP. Get your back. Yeah.
What you do?
Go.
Alright, you got his arm? Grab that arm.
You good?
Al-Manali was pushed to the ground, handcuffed, and held outside the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Avon. It's situations like this where police are drawing their weapons on you. It's advisable to comply with whatever they say to stay alive. Had Al-Manali freaked out and decided to run inside the hotel, they might have opened fire on him without hesitation. Al-Manali, who's helpless on the ground, keep telling the officers, "Don't do this." The officers went on to search him, trying to find any evidence that will prove that he's a member of ISIS.
Not good this. I'm tourist and this is good, not good.
Yeah, it's not good. It's right.
Make a sweep this place.
I don't know what's got it. Relax. Relax. We're gonna get you to stand up first. You got that? Sit up.
Good head down, gentlemen.
Sit up.
Head down. Up over here, man. Right up. Open up. Turn your shit on. That's good.
He's got a wallet or something. Alright. Go here. Come this way.
Hey, are you guys good? Hold the front. We're just going to sweep the lot. There's possibly a second guy on scene somewhere.
Have a
You
seat
guys
in the
okay?
car. Yeah, we're good.
Hey, your LT's back up. We're going to sweep the lot real quick.
Okay. Here, you want to call this in? No. Hey.
However, police quickly realized that the accusations were baseless and released him. Unfortunately, during the ordeal, Al-Manali fainted and had to be hospitalized with minor injuries.
You okay?
They got scared, called us, and we detained him.
You okay?
Call you back, okay? Thanks. And now
He just passed out.
Al-Manali may have fainted from the shock he received not just one, but from multiple police officers pointing their guns and shouting at him. However, the reason why he fainted was not disclosed.
How you feel? Stand you up and we're gonna move you to this cot. Yeah?
came in from, just want to grab his license. The squad's going to be taking him to get checked out.
I'm probably going to St. John West Shore, probably.
In an attempt to rectify the situation, Avon's mayor, police chief, and law director arranged a meeting at the Cleveland office of the Council on American Islamic Relations to apologize face-to-face with Al-Manali. During the meeting, the officials expressed regret for the false accusations and the distress caused to Al-Manali. They emphasized that the intent of the officer's actions was not to disrespect him and acknowledged that he should never have been put in that situation. They also expressed hope that the person who made the false claims would learn from this incident.
It is a very regrettable circumstance that occurred for you. You should not have been put in that situation like you were.
there were some false accusations made against you, and those are regrettable.
The police interrogated the caller to know what prompted her to make such false accusation and call 911.
So you said you guys were booked?
Yeah, we said we were booked.
Okay.
Everywhere he called is booked too. It's summer, people are
Sure,
traveling.
absolutely. I said that. Who made the call?
I told my sister, I said, "God, he's dressed in." It's my sister, her name's Allison. She called, I said, he's dressed in a weird outfit, he has two disposable phones. I said, I don't know what to do because of everything.
2030 units, stop your search.
Because everything is going on with ISIS is what I said. I said, call the police, because we couldn't, because he kept coming up here.
Stand down, stand down, stand down.
I'm so sorry. It's because he kept coming up here and asking questions and stuff like that, and we couldn't.
Okay, well, unfortunately, the call that came to us was that he was screaming, pledging his allegiance to ISIS and waving his phones around. That's a very big, different picture than what happened. I'm not saying it's nothing, but the call that we got is nothing what happened. So I think things got a little blown out of proportion.
Oh, I apologize.
Someone dressed like that just holding phones isn't enough to call and say they're pledging their allegiance to ISIS. That's a totally different ballgame.
Right. Well, I didn't know who the caller
All right, just sit
was,
tight.
so.
Nobody leave.
Okay.
Let me go try to smooth things over with this gentleman.
Okay.
Nobody ever said anything about ISIS. She called her sister because she was nervous because he looked like that and had two phones. So let's go dust this gentleman off.
Following the incident, Ahmed Al-Manali, with the support of his lawyer, filed a lawsuit in federal court. The lawsuit alleged that he was targeted due to his traditional Arab clothing and the fact that he was speaking Arabic on the phone.
No suggestion that any crime was being committed. He was on the phone. They didn't like the way he looked. They didn't like the way he talked.
As a result of the incident, Al-Manali claimed that a $70 million business deal he was working on with a pharmaceutical company in San Diego was disrupted. After the lawsuit was filed, the case was settled before going to trial. The settlement was reached between Ahmed Al-Manali's attorneys and Marriott International. However, it should be noted that the settlement did not include an acceptance of liability by Marriott. The details of the settlement and any compensation awarded to Al-Manali were not disclosed. Despite the apology from officials, Al-Manali rejected it and demanded no less than $200 million in compensation for the trauma and disruption caused by the incident. The case of Ahmed Al-Manali, the Emirati man wrongfully accused of supporting ISIS, sheds light on the consequences of racial profiling and the need for cultural sensitivity and awareness. After the incident and body camera footage went viral, the United Arab Emirates has urged their men to avoid wearing the white robes, headscarf, and headband of the national dress when traveling abroad. While apologies were issued and a settlement was reached, it is crucial to learn from such incidents and work towards building a society that embraces diversity and inclusion, ensuring that no individual faces false accusations based on their appearance or language. If you love stories like this, press like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching.